We're on day 19. Yay! Okay, we're gonna do some double layer slants. I added crazy cut scissors and I also added some gems to my full nail accent to jazz it up. And this is one of the this year's sets. What's it called? Gift swap. Beautiful. It's very like retro Christmas for me. And this one is Yule, Be Delighted. And I know I've kind of used the hell out of that set this year, you guys, but it's because it's the perfect green. The most perfect green ever. Ever. For now. Most perfect green ever for now. Alright, you guys. Let's see here. So I'm lining them up. Oh, it's so cute. And I am using these ones that to me look like torn paper. This is a Provocraft set of crazy cut scissors. Provocraft is no longer in business. I have done the research for us and they are not. And the reason I'm using these is because they make me think of torn paper and because we're doing wrapping paper. And girl, if you ever wrapped a present, you know what happens. Torn paper never fails. It seems weird to be going from that direction. Shoot. Well, I guess we're gonna do it. No, we're gonna turn it. I really don't want to go from that direction because it's not my standard way. It'll make my brain go bonkers. How's everybody doing today? We're getting down there, you guys. We're on, well, today should be the 13th for you guys. So, day 19 means 6 days left. Woo! Then what are we going to do with ourselves? Something not Christmas. Well, we're going to do New Year's, more than likely. So we'll do a couple of those. At least a couple of those. I do like doing New Year's nails. Even though I don't do anything for New Year's. Okay, I'm trying to kind of line those up. Actually, not too bad. And these are nice and sticky because I have my warming mat on. Oh, that's cute. All right. Now, whoop, get the right one going. Today is Sunday for me. And I did all the things. I did some bathroom cleaning and big litter box clean. Beef was so happy, he just had to run right in and take a pee. I said, you just came from outside. Could you not have peed outside? Actually, now that they get to play out so much, you guys, there's a noticeable difference in the litter boxes. Because they do have to mark their space out there. So, I'll take it. Gosh, you know, just that green, gorgeous. And I know I've told you that You Will Be Delighted is gorgeous 400 times now in the last 18 days, but still, it is. So, somebody, be sure you get it. And then get about 10 spares. Little Pinky doesn't show much of the action, but the other one should. And I took out Northern Lights for my top coat just to add more sparkle. Okay. This guy is kind of our art finger, I guess. cute. Cute, cute, cute. Now, I made Chex Mix today. That's my every year Christmas thing is Chex Mix. Just one batch of it, and I only use the corn and rice ones. I don't like the dark ones. And I don't put in the pretzels and such because I just find I never eat them. I just love the corn and the rice. So made batch that. Made some no-bake pecan pie balls, you guys. They're delicious, and they were super easy. It was a cup of crushed graham cracker crumbs and 2 cups of finely chopped, 2 or 2.5 cups of finely chopped pecans, and then a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of maple syrup, and teaspoon of vanilla. And then it said, that gem looks wonky. It said 4 to 6 tablespoons of melted butter. For me, it did take the whole 6, and I imagine it's just because it's so dry right now because it's winter. And then you know, mix it all up, form it into little balls. I threw them in the freezer for about a half hour, and then when you take them out of the freezer, you dip them in melted chocolate almond bark. Dang it. And then let them set up again. And we being Willow and I, because she was being my assistant, I had tried the mixture and knew it was pretty rich, so I had her sprinkle a little sea salt on the top of each one while the bark was wet. And it needed that. It needs that little salty bit to cut through the sweet. Oh gosh, that gem is perfect. I debated doing a green gem, but I'm staying red. I'm trying not to make it be like you know, I want to try to make them stay looking a little fancy. And using Northern Lights is good because it dries super fast. Make sure before you cut these, you guys, you take your plastic off. You'll be able to peel it off the one fine, but the bottom one will suck. And I find all my crazy cut scissors have a sweet spot, and it's normally not all the way back and not like the last third. Somewhere in between there is like kind of where the sweet spot is. You know, when you're wrapping presents and like your scissors just slide through the wrapping paper like butter till you get right to the edge and then it's just ripped off. That's what these make me think of. Goodness, they're adorable. And I'm not doing any type of like, normally I do some kind of like burst of space, you know, but I'm trying to keep them somewhat even on this one. We'll see how that goes. So far, we're okay. So the sub boxes, loads of people getting tracking numbers, loads of stuff moving. Mine, let's see, this is coming out on the 13th for you guys. That must be Tuesday. Okay, so mine's showing that it should be here today, on Tuesday. And as the minute I have it in my hot hands, I will do an unboxing video and post it, and the thumbnail will say, you know, and the title will say, December sub box, don't open it unless you want a spoiler. Spoil it, spoil it. I know when the stylist went to conference, they had mentioned, they meaning Color Street had mentioned, that when they did the sub boxes, they had talked about sending the West Coast ones first. Oh, shoot. Well, that's okay, I guess. Dang it. I like them to be up higher. I guess this one doesn't need any protection because it's already broke, so it'll be fine. Sending the, like, staggering, you know, say all the West Coast goes Monday, Midwest goes Tuesday, and East Coast goes Wednesday type of deal, making it so that kind of everybody's gonna get them at the same time. And I know a lot of the stylists talked about that from conference, and then after that it was never mentioned again, short of just, you know, people still kind of keeping that in their head or whatever. But then when they did finally released all the information, there was no mention of it. Like, it was never talked about after conference is the point. And so now that everything's all scattered around with delivery dates and stuff, I know some people are, you know, kicking sand about where they live and when theirs got sent and stuff. I have one of my nail friends, Shauna, literally could walk over and get her box. She lives so close to the headquarters, and hers doesn't even have a tracking number yet, where mine, in theory, is going to be here today, being the day you're watching this. So, but I do think, okay, first of all, back up as to say, I wouldn't have started something new like this that is, you know, full on dependent on being shipped out or whatever. Like, I wouldn't have started this in December because ship times are already super erratic during December. It's, you know, the one and only ginormous shipping time for everybody, whether you're doing, well, they don't do UPS, but whether you're doing USPS or whatever, which they are, our stuff is coming USPS, but I don't think it was the best time to do it. Now, it was a great time to do it as far as getting them orders on your books for end of the year. So that gave a, you know, a big boost. They wound up with, hang on, I'm about to get mathy on this shitstorm. Okay, they did just under 35,000 boxes. No, that's not right. Yeah, 35 times $25. And I'm saying that because, you know, you can't count shipping. But that's just shy of $1 million boost to pick up at the end of the year, which is definitely not anything to shake your fist at, right? So it was a good way to wrap up their year, right? It's a good way to wrap up December, but not a good way to do things when it's your first box. They had a lot of trouble with credit card stuff. One of the nail friends, Linda, she had to re-enter hers 3 times. Mind you, it's all the same card. It's issues on their end. It's not issues on the card, on the people's end. It was, you know, like a middleman, so to speak. And it was just stuff like that. They had some bumps, which is to be expected, because also 35,000 subscriptions, and you're figuring 4 to 5 sets and a free item is right around 175,000 sets that they've got to get out. And I would say that 175,000 sets is even pushing it for a normal month. And keep in mind that a normal month, it's gonna be all spread out. Like, we're gonna have, you know, a little release of this item for, you know, and they'll do 10,000 sets. Like, when they finally straightened out the national holidays and started making more of them, they said they would make 5,000 of them with each release. So if you put that, you know, kind of into perspective compared to making 5,000 of a national day set versus now they're making 175,000 that have to all be done up. And that's, you know, don't forget that those are hand packed. That's not a machine that does those. Anytime you get something like in the little envelopes or in the packaging where, like the old style packaging where there's no glue dots, it's just that little plastic seal, those are all hand packed. They don't have machines that do that. If there's a plastic seal, you know, that has that's holding your package together, like on all the petites we just got, those are all hand packed. So they took on, you know, 35,000 sub boxes and did a petite release all at the same time. I just don't think it was their best thought out move. Marcy and I were talking about it, and I told her that now, no matter what they do, they need to already have January in the hopper. Like, January better already be made and somebody's already packing them, because, you know, now they're looking at 2 weeks away from, like, where people decide if they're skipping or staying. And I know a lot of people weren't happy with knowing that January was going to be the love month, which makes sense because in February you would not have them in time. But, you know, a lot of people are going to skip it. There's a lot of people that are not heavy into the pinks or the reds or love. Or love. There's a lot of anti-Valentine's Day going around, you guys. But they don't actually have a thing to skip it. In order to skip the month, you have to out and out cancel and then resubscribe, like when you decide to resubscribe or whatever, which is dangerous. Nail friend Lila was saying, because if you just skip it, you're more likely just to go right back to it then the following month, in theory. Then if you cancel it, it's a lot easier to just be like, whatever, you know, and not ever resubscribe or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I do think January is going to take a hit as far as that goes, just because when the theme, the love theme, I think, people are automatically thinking of the pinks and the reds. And the one, like, theme picture or whatever that they've put out so far was pinks and reds. So, I just hope that they don't wind up making it so that every month takes care of the holidays, so to say. Like, so January's Valentine's Day for February. I don't want February to be St. Patrick's Day for March. You know what I mean? If it is like that, I'm going to get irate. Go busting out. I'm going to go visit my nail friend Shauna in New Jersey, and we're going to take a walk right over and have a real in-depth conversation with Fa. Real in-depth Fa. I might shake Roy up while I'm there too, because he must live nearby if he's working there, right? Anyway, I don't know, random ramblings and thoughts. I am super excited to get mine. I know everybody's super excited to get them. And that's why there's disappointment in seeing different ship times and such, you guys. That's all it is. It's like everybody's excited. I do think that after 1 month, I don't feel like there's going to be this kind of excitement every single month. But things I would rather see them do, I would love to see a Moon and Stars theme. I would love to just see an out and out, like, underwater theme. I really don't want it to just be like this each month is, kind of holiday based or whatever. But they should have, if I was in charge of their shit show, which I'm not, but if I was, I would want things to, like, by the time this first one shipped, I would want 6 months of it planned and designed, and at least a good month or 2 of it already made, and being made and being packaged, okay? Like, if there's spare ones, there's spare ones. They can bring those to conference and give them out to stylists for prizes. Like, when they do in-person things, they give all kinds of little prizes and loot. Hell, they could put them on their useless advent calendar and just give them out to people as a prize. So there's a million things they can do if they wind up with extras. Like, they're just supposed to, it's supposed to be just shy of 35,000 as far as subs go. And, they don't know, obviously, what it's gonna wiggle around every month. The Roaring 20s could be a huge freaking hit. Other people could see it and go, okay, this is a great deal. Now, I can say without seeing it that it's a great deal. Cost-wise and, like, shipping included and blah, blah, blah. But, even if it jumps up, what if it jumps up to 40,000 next month? Like, then they're going to have to be getting some stuff made. And that's the thing, is, like, when you're doing hand-packaged items and then exclusive things, it's not like they can just, turn to their stock and be like, oh, look, we have, we made 40,000 for just in case. We have these 5,000 spare. We could sell them. They can't sell them, because the whole point to the sub box is that it's exclusive items. So they can't sell them, or people are going to go haywire, me included. So they can use them as, freebies or whatever at, not necessarily freebies, prizes or whatever at conferences and stuff like that, because it's a great thing for stylists to get to use, like as giveaways or prizes for their own stuff, right? I don't know. But alas, I'm not in charge. Nobody asks me any damn questions. But that's where I'm at with it. I hope. I mean, I know it'll smooth out. It'll have to, because if it doesn't smooth out, then they're just going to lose people, and that's not going to be good. Like, they can't have this cluster F every month. They can't. And And honestly, you know, 5 years in, at some point they've got to stop having the excuse that they're a new company. Like at some point, if you take something on, you've got to be able to do it and take the responsibility and the, you know, the credit and the fall for it if you screw stuff up. And I will say that this shipping has been a bit of a debacle. But, you know, nail friend Karen and I, she said, if you charge my card on the 2nd, then that should be shipping the 3rd. Girl, preach it. Like, I understand it's gonna, if you're gonna charge the card on the 2nd, then it's gonna take that, you know, maybe 5 days after to get 35,000 things out the door. But like, I did some research on it, and Ipsy, which is such a popular subscription. I mean, there's so many super popular subscriptions. And Ipsy's makeup in the little pouches, you know, and it's $10 a month, I think, or $12 a month, something like that. Anyway, they're just shy of 4 million. 4 million, you guys, 4 million subscription pouches going out every single month. So then when you compare it to 35,000, yeah, 35,000 is a lot, but girl, you planned it, you wanted it, you pushed your stylists for, you know, to get the subscription numbers up there, and that your goal was 30,000 or whatever. Well, then you've got to be prepared for it. Like, this is not the time to sit back and celebrate. Now is the time to be like, okay, so here's me and my wife and kids packing freaking nail sets all night, every night, you know, because it's got to get done. Plus, it's like busiest time of the year as far as, you know, people want to take some work off to do family stuff. It's just a lot, you guys. It's a lot. And I don't know if I believe, you know, that it was fully thought out. But I am, as you know, a planner. Girl, I would have had Marcy making me 47 spreadsheets. I would have had so many of my little notebooks Marie sends me full of notes, and like, shit, I would have had all the boxes packed before December 1st even hit the freaking door. So, yeah. Also, things that happen when women who are used to running like households are in charge of shit, because we don't mess around. Girl, you ain't got time to go pee now. You should have peed before we left the damn house. Now you stop. You hold it. You hold it all day. I don't care. That's how we work. All right, let me dry this a sec. Okay. I am all out of love with these. I love the teeny little gem, you guys. I'm sorry, I wound up talking through all of that. I gave no explanation, so hopefully this is an easy one to follow. A little bit of filing and we'll be good. And come on, Northern Lights is bringing the party. So much sparkle. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow.